to start off, we're going to place both hands on the ball. If you're a right-handed shooter, this example applies to you. If you're left-handed, it's the exact opposite. But you want your hands to be relaxed, and you want your guide hand, or your left hand in this case, to be on the left side of the ball, and your right hand to be directly behind the ball. Now we want to use our fingertips and our finger pads to grip the ball. We don't want to use our palm. Our fingertips and our finger pads give us much more control over the basketball and give us a more direct feel and really lets us control the accuracy of the shot. Once you start to get your palm on the ball, that's when you're going to start to lose rotation and you're going to start to lose accuracy. Now we're going to look at hand position. Now you get a quick look here at the correct hand position, but what we want to make sure is that our hands are relaxed. So note the thumb position currently. Now note the hand position on this. The hands are actually spread out just about as far as they can go. The thumb is all the way almost beneath the basketball, and the pinky is all the way to the other side of the ball. Our fingers give us control over the ball, but when you get too wide, the hands are no longer relaxed and the fingers are no longer relaxed, and we start to lose accuracy on our shot. Now take a look at this example. It's a little bit opposite of the last one. You see the pinky and the thumb are both moved in, the fingers are all a little tighter together, they're relaxed, but we're not covering enough of the surface area of the basketball. And having the correct amount of surface area is what helps us be accurate. Now flipping back to the original example, this is the correct way. You can see the ball is being held by the finger pads and the fingertips, not on the palm. And you can also see that the hands aren't spread quite as far or quite as thin. It's kind of a nice relaxed balance between spreading your hands out as far as you can and having that too relaxed, too close grip. Now we're going to look at the positioning of the ball on the actual shooting hand itself. So what we want to do here is make sure that we don't have the ball too high up on the fingertips and finger pads, and we don't have it sunk down all the way to the palm. This positioning actually has a lot of influence on our accuracy of the shot, as well as the rotation that we get on the shot. The first thing we're going to cover is the position of the feet when shooting. The ideal position is a nice shoulder width, balanced, athletic stance. This is going to be crucial for getting your shot off correctly. What we don't want to do is get too wide in our stance. There's a few reasons for this, but one is we can't react quickly and jump up and spring up and get that shot off. And it also makes it awkward for us to pass out of that position or to dribble out of that position. Similarly, if you get our feet too close together, it's not correct because we lose a ton of balance that way. We all know there's contact on the basketball court, and any little nudge is going to throw you off your shot. So we need a nice, balanced, athletic position that you feel comfortable in. All right, now we're going to talk about the shot pocket. The shot pocket is simply the position that we enter our shot out of. You also hear it called the shot chamber or various other terms, but we like to call it the shot pocket. Really, you have your hands in your proper shooting position on the ball. You're relaxed, but you have a nice firm grip on the ball, and you're in that same athletic, balanced, shoulder width stance that we just talked about. Now the thing about this position is it easily allows you to enter into your shot, but it doesn't limit you. You could pump fake from this position, or you could pull the ball down and go right back into your triple threat position, or pull it down and pass or dribble. So your options are still available to you in this position. You're not limited. So this position flows directly into the shot. Again, eyes forward, balanced stance, hands in the correct position. The shot pocket flows directly into the set position. The set position is where we actually begin to execute the shot. So you notice you move directly from the shot pocket into the set position. However, it shouldn't be herky-jerky movement. It should be smooth. Now you notice here there's a 90-degree angle formed at the top and the bottom of the arm. with the shooting arm. One way to actually test this is to put the ball inside the arm instead of in the hand so you can get a feel for how that should feel. Now, one important thing to note is that the entire right side of the body is aligned. From the right ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, elbow, all the way up to the ball. The complete shooting side should be aligned. This is going to help tremendously with accuracy. Be careful to not let any one part of the body get too far out of line. Particularly the elbow is something a lot of people have trouble with when they're starting out. Shot pocket, set position, shot. Remember, shot pocket, set position, right into the shot. So do some work on getting into the shot pocket and the set position. Make sure you have a nice balanced stance. Feel what it feels like to have that solid base and to be able to move in any direction or go right to the dribble. Play with it. Practice on rollouts, square your body, work on it. First, we're going to talk about the release. The actual release should be a nice, relaxed, smooth motion. It shouldn't be mechanical or rigid. From the set point, the shooting arm moves up and slightly forward, straight towards the basket. As the elbow nears full extension, the shooting wrist should actually start to turn over and flop, with the fingers pointing down toward the ground, almost like reaching into a cookie jar on the top shelf. The arm should reach full extension at the release of the shot, and it should be ideally just above your head when you release the ball. This high release point helps us with ensuring we get enough arc on the shot. You want your hands to be relaxed when you're shooting. This will make that flop happen more natural and it will naturally put backspin on the ball. You also want to make sure that your guide hand is not putting any force on the ball at all. It is there only to support the ball moving from the shot pocket to the set position and to the release point. The last thing that contacts the ball as you release is the index and middle finger. Note in this freeze frame that the elbow, arm, wrist, the whole right side of the body is still in line, just like we learned in the last video. This shouldn't change during the shot. The elbow should come up straight, the hand should come up straight, and the wrist should flop straight towards the basket. If any of this gets out of line, you're going to lose a lot of accuracy on your shot. In this slow motion, you can see how the arm moves forward and up, the wrist flops over, the elbow stays in, the hand goes straight ahead. Look at a few of these shots. The form is held for just a second or two after the shot, and there's balance when shooting and landing.